Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cricket Analysis by CNE. This is the first test review of India versus South Africa at the Eden Gardens. And we have a lot to talk about, a lot of concerns we have for Indian cricket, a lot of debates we have regarding the topic of test cricket in India. And for that, I have Pranit Ghatak with me, who's going to debate with me, who's going to talk about me through how this test match happened and how this result happened. As everyone knows, India lost by 30 runs. South Africa won by 31 runs. And they won it after 15 years. Since 2010, they have not won a single test in India. And now they have won it here. New records are being broken at home, and it's not the good ones. And all eyes are on the head coach itself, Gautam Gambhir. Why he is at fault and why the team culture of India has changed. We have a lot to talk about of that. But before that, let's go on to the starting of the game. That is the playing 11. Tony, talk through us as to why our playing 11 was put in the story. As people might have noticed, I'm putting it in front as well. Our playing 11 was posted in our story. Do follow Instagram. We post other stuff as well. We post fun stuff. We post like playing 11s. We post other stuff that we don't post on YouTube. So please do join Instagram. And before that, we're going to talk about the playing 11. Tony, talk us through that.
Yes, Agni. Primarily, we chose that kind of a 11 was because, first of all, of Eden's reputation of being a ground that helps the pace bowlers a lot in the first few days. Because in Eden, we have seen pacers have about 130 wickets and spinners have about 50 or less, something like around 50 wickets spinners have. So that has been the reputation of Eden Gardens. So according to that, we picked our 11 and we went with three pacers. We included Akashdeep there, and Akashdeep, being a member of Bengal team, he knows the conditions better than anyone else. And on the other hand, we picked up Dhruv Jurel as our number three because we required to fit him in the 11 somehow. Because number one, Sai Sudarshan was given a go. He was backed for a long time, and then he did not give the
Something unlike
he
to
did not give
Gigi.
the performances that were. Yeah, definitely. So, if I start talking about Gigi, I won't stop. So don't distract me, Agni.
Yeah,
So
yes, sure,
yeah,
sure. Go on.
so we picked up Sai Sudarshan based on the fact that he did not give the results that were expected of him. Yes, he got an 80 odd against West Indies, but even in the England series, he did not perform well. So that is why he was dropped. And Dhruv Jurel was picked up because he was in form. He got 4 centuries in last 5 matches. So that was more of a reason to pick him. And number three was a spot that we all thought he would fit in perfectly, and we put in Washington Sundar and Akshay Jadeja and all in the middle order and all. That was our lineup, and that was it. That was the main reasons for choosing that kind of a lineup for the audience.
Yeah, we put Jurel at number three, thinking that he needs to play. He is at very good form, and you can't waste form. So therefore, he's there. And we put three spinners. I feel we felt like three spinners are enough for conditions like these: Jadeja, Washington, and then Kuldeep. Very subtle and very well-defined spinners who are different in nature as well. One is a left-arm orthodox, one is a right-arm off spinner, one is a Chinaman. So three different off spinners will pose very different challenges to batsmen. No batsman will be able to settle under the red ball. And we put three pacers, as Pranit mentioned, Akashdeep, Siraj, and Bumrah. Quite straightforward selections for us because Eden Garden is the only stadium in the whole of the subcontinent, except Dharamshala, who which has pace-friendly conditions due to the Hooghly River that flows beside it. So it's very important to know that Pacers will have the work there, and therefore it did have a great influence in this match. And which brings me to a comment that one of our fans posted. One of our fans who have been part of CNE as well, but he is just a fan now. In our story, Vedant has posted talking about why he wanted two pacers and saturation to be packed. And he wanted two pacers, as he said that pacers will not have much role in this match. And he is blatantly accusing us as well for encouraging chopping and changing, even though we criticize Gautam Gambhir heavily. So, to reply to Vedant, pacers have taken half the wickets in this match. And South Africa having three pacers have have worked way better than India's two spacers. So I think that's the answer right there. In day three, pacers had more of a role to play. So that's our own reply to Vedant Sharan. But going on, let's go on to another topic before we go on to more depths of the test match. Let's talk about the South African 11 as well. Pranit, take us through the South African 11 and why. Give us a mindset as to why that 11 was chosen for that.
Yes, South Africa. I feel South Africa coming into the series, they drew the previous series 1-1 with Pakistan. So they had confidence in them coming into the Indian conditions, and I feel the best thing that they did in this lineup was that they went with simplicity. And simplicity is a very important word for this video, I feel, because South Africa knew that they could not compete with India regarding the quality of the spinners or the number of spinners as well. So they went with two of them, probably the most experienced spinners in the current lineup. That is Simon Harmer and Keshav Maharaj. We all know Keshav Maharaj, and Simon Harmer is also has been a member of South African team since 2018 or something, and he made his comeback now. So that is why they went with both of them. And they went with three pacers. Since Rabada was injured, Corbin Bosch was replacing him, along with Vian Mulder and Marco Jansen. So this and Aiden Markram, one of the batsmen, he is a great part timer. So if pitch had something in it more for the spinners, then he could have rolled over his arm, and that's what he did in the third day. And he was vital for the wicket of Washington Sundar. So that simple mindset and the executing the plans properly, Captain Temba Bavuma led his team to victory in Indian conditions for the first time in 15 years. So I think South Africa were way ahead of India in mentality, in whole the mindset, and I feel India just could not compete with South Africa at that level right now.
Yeah, there was definitely a huge difference between temperament in this match. Although South Africa have themselves to blame for their poor batting as well. They have the only thing I feel like I can criticize for South Africa in this match was that their batting was erratic. They couldn't only barring some players. The most of the batting lineup couldn't hold on to the pitch well, and they played irrational shots, as did India as well. But South Africa also had that kind of fault as well. They didn't play maturely. But going on to the test match now. In this test match, this pitch of the Eden Gardens was not a typical Eden pitch. It started as a typical Indian pitch where pacers took wickets, and we could already see some rough being created in day one itself. That was an indication itself that the test match won't go on to day five. It could max go on to the early day four and end there. So that was an indication right there. But Pacers, it started quite well. Eden Gardens pacing pitch, but then it suddenly turned into a rank turner. And this is a debating point I have, Pronit. Whether rank turners are sporty in nature for Test cricket. Is Test cricket a boon for rank turners, or is rank turners a kind of a bane for Test cricket, really? Because a lot of people have been criticizing rank turners as how it affects Test cricket. And I really want to hear your opinion on this.
I don't think there is any logic behind criticizing rank turners, because then I think we should criticize every other pitch that is there except for Pakistan, because that is a complete highway. So yes, every other pitch should be criticized. Why there is awkward bounce in South Africa? Why there is too much of bounce in Australia? Why there is a very bad black pitches? Like there is everything there is for spinners. The batters can bat in Bangladesh. So
Yeah.
every pitch should be criticized like that. Why is there so much swing in England? So
Yeah.
criticize everything then. I don't think so. Rank Turner is the problem. I think the maintenance of the pitch and you know making that kind of a pitch for the teams to play is, I think it's the curators or those people's fault, those the groundsmen and all, for maintaining those kind of pitches. I think that's their fault, not criticizing the concept of rank turners. India was always known for rank turners, and this, if you look at previous Indian years, like 10 years ago, or that stint of 2010 to 2020, all the pitches were like this only there. But it became a rank turner from day three. You expect
Yeah.
pitches to become complete rank turners from day three onwards. That is what is mainly expected. But on this pitch, it was not like that. This was a very different pitch. And this trend of making such bad rank turners has started from a year or two from now. So 2 years from now, this whole rank turner thing has started. And from day one, it has it ha- Eden Gardens pitch had 3 degree of spin. 3 degrees. Can you imagine that from day one itself? So yes, Bumrah had a fifer. Bumrah and Siraj had some help in the first two sessions, but the spinners got a 3 degree turn, and then it went on increasing. Whatever pitch you start from, no matter how good, no matter how bad the pitch is, it will eventually become worse as you go on to day three, day four, day five. So if you start with a bad pitch, then it will go on to become a worse pitch. So that is what happened in this match. There was batters could not have done anything more, I feel. All they did their best, I feel, because this kind of a pitch does not enable the batters to do much. And Indian batters are expected to play good in rank turners, but not in this kind of pitches. You cannot blame the batsman here. These pitches, the batsmen are not able to do anything. And the major point behind making these kind of pitches, what affects the Indian team a lot, what made the difference between Indian team being successful in the previous tenure under Shastri. I'm just giving coaches, I'm not comparing Gambhir right now, but under the Shastri era and all, and right now this era, if you compare the pitches, what made India better home team? Because of India's quality of spinners. Ashwin, Jadeja. These two spinners carried the Indian team. We had two spinners for a decade. Two spinners carrying the lineup. That is all we had. Now we have four spinners and we cannot win in a rank turner pitch. What is the use of playing four spinners? So that is, if you make a very bad pitch, that is like that has a 3 degree, 4 degree turn from day one, then the difference between the quality of spinners decreases between both sides. Simon Harmer and Keshav Maharaj become the same kind of have the same kind of impact as Jadeja, Washington, Akshar. Washington did not even bowl. Jadeja, Akshar, and Kuldeep have. So the difference between the quality of spinners decreases. That's why India is unable to compete. You look at the New Zealand series, you look at Bangladesh and all, I'm not considering, but even in those series, spinners had a lot to say, and matches are ending in 2.5, 3 days. So that is really unexpected, and that is really disappointing. From even if the management asked for these kind of pitches and all, I don't think so. This is in for Test cricket. I feel rank turners are required, but these are bad rank turners. These are not required for Test cricket. You need to have rank turners that start maximum from day three. That is it. That's what helped India become a successful home nation in Test cricket.
Yeah, very excellent you said, Tony, because people often not understand what rank turners mean. People sometimes misunderstand rank turners being spinning from day one itself. From 2010 to 2020, we saw that till day two, we had batters having a lot to say. We were seeing an average score of 250 to 300 by both teams, being South Africa, be it away nations, be it India. The difference between the both teams that is still prevalent today is the quality of spin. India have very big quality attack on spin on the spin department. Till date, even though Ashwin was a major loss to the Indian cricket team. But since Ashwin went, we still have replacements and we have quality spinners. But the difference was that the spinners, when they vary in quality, they can take wickets when the conditions are batting friendly as well. When the conditions are batting friendly, they know how to bowl consistently and then take wickets. But the senior countries, when they come to play in India, they don't have that kind of quality. They don't have that kind of consistency in them to get that. Which is why part of the reason why we won the India versus England series in 2024, early 2024, that we won 4-1 because we were consistently bowling with a spin attack on a batting friendly surface that they could not. We consistently took wickets on those flat tracks. When rank turners come around day three, day four, we have already won the match. We have already won the match. We've already sealed the match, and it's too late for them to come back. Here on the Eden pitch, as Gautam Gambhir himself instructed Sujan Mukherjee to do, is to make a rank turner from day one itself, which is a big hazard to Indian cricket because there's no difference between a Simon Harmer to a Ravindra Jadeja now, as Pranit mentioned. Both are getting 3 degree turns. Both don't have to use skills. They just have to place the ball at the right place, and therefore they'll get the wicket. Therefore, the batters can't respond much. and therefore South Africa, teams like South Africa, the winning chances increase. So it's like a self-sabotage that Indian cricket does to itself. And that is why I criticize the Indian management for that as well. It all revolves around Gambhir thinking that rank turners mean you turn from day one. That is not the case. That you need to give batsmen equal opportunity as well. We have quality batsmen that can play on balanced pitches and make a lot of runs. We have seen that in the England series against in very tough conditions. They have created that kind of reputation of themselves to score the runs. But if you make a turner where the ball, if they're making unplayable deliveries, where even a very average batsman cannot play, then how are you expected to win matches quite easily? You're going to lose matches. You're going to lose 50% of the matches, if not more. And that's what is a big problem. And that's what happened in the course of the match. So very good point, Pronit, and that's what my opinion as well was. मेरी मन की बात कह दिया. So very thank you so much. But yes, that is one of the main points. Now we're going to carry on to how the test match started off. South Africa went out for 159. India scored 189. Again, below 200. Below 200, right? So it's it.
We Agni. We see 250s being scored in IPL and 250s being chased in IPL in Eden Gardens,
In
and
India, the
suddenly
Punjab
we
versus
see
KKR
in
match,
Test
no?
cricket Punjab KKR, exactly. So even excluding the Punjab KKR match, 250s, 240s have been scored a lot
Yeah,
at Eden Gardens for the past 2 years, and suddenly in Test match, a single team in 4 innings cannot score 200.
yeah. I mean, it's again also bad pitch management by our pitch curator in Kolkata. Really, I don't like him a lot.
The great Sujan Mukherjee.
Yeah, I don't like him a lot, really. In my very strong opinion, I don't like him because
No,
he
nobody
doesn't make
does.
sporty
Nobody
pitches.
does. I don't think so.
He doesn't make sporty
Yeah.
pitches. He doesn't make a balanced pitch for in T20 cricket. When you need to make a 160, 170 pitch, you're making 250 pitches. When you need in Test cricket, when you need to make a 250, 300 pitch, you're making a 150 match, no, 150 run wicket where both teams have a chance rather than India having the advantage. So what's the home advantage there? So that is one of the key points as well. Another thing, that very important event in that match that we both witnessed in the stadium was Shubman Gill's injury. Ronit, how impactful was Shubman Gill's injury in this match itself? Do you think that decided the match as well? If Shubman Gill was there, that would have been the difference in this match.
I think definitely it would have made a difference because first of all, I feel India could have the kind of form Shubman Gill lacked in first three balls. It's only three balls to judge him, but still he was looking really good. So I think at least with him we could have scored more than a 220 or 230, and we where we stopped at 189. So I think he was also a player in form. He has 940 or more runs in this year, the highest run scorer in Test cricket this year. So I think he could have been a vital match changing player. But since he was not available, we could not play with him, and we played with one batsman less. So that is where we had a problem, and this can be vital. Even if he is not available in the second Test match, it might be a big blow for India.
Yeah, and we have seen that to replace Shubman Gill, tried to cover up Shubman Gill's huge hole in this match, as there's no replacement for him in the match as he has not been concussed. It's just a medical injury, and therefore no replacements could have been done. Which brings me another question, Pronit. Do you feel like this rule is valid, where when there's a medical injury, you can't bring a replacement, but if you have a concussion, you can? Do you feel it's kind of a hypocrisy, or if you feel it's justified?
No, no, it's like they say that until the batsman, or rather until the person is not dead, he cannot be replaced. It's like that. Even if
Yeah.
he has lost his arms, his legs, he should still come to work. If he cannot come to work, until he's dead, he has to come to work. So
Corporate work structure.
since Shubman Gill did not. Exactly. So since he did, I think any major injury like this, he was immediately taken to the hospital. So this was a
Yeah.
major injury. So in these kind of situations, I feel a like for like replacement should be allowed.
Yeah, definitely. And I really don't like the ICC guidelines for making rules for concussed people to make way for a new replaced person, but not for medically injured people. You need to have grounds, of course. You need to have that kind of limitations where, okay, this limitation, if that is surpassed, then only we can bring a replacement, or else that is not possible. And for replacing Gill, there has to be a like for like top order batsman. Okay, that is that. But you need to do that, no? because it's unfair, because it's not even his fault that he got injured. He got injured. It's part of the game. Injury is part of the game, and therefore, if you get injured and now a team has to play with 10 players, it's like a penalty on the team where it's not even their fault that they got injured. It's unfair. Really, it's
Exactly.
unfair. And I really highly want ICC to change that kind of rule where there's a huge injury problem, where there's a huge injury problem in the 11. Replace with a like player. I'm not saying like bring another bowler that will help the Indian conditions. You choose. Umpires have to choose a like replacement. Do that, but get another no get another player, because that could have made the difference. If India had one more batsman with Akshar Patel and there were like 40 runs left and there was another recognized batsman with him, there was a chance. I'm not saying India would have won. Maybe we would have lost the wicket, but there was a chance. Give that chance, right? So that is the main question we have as well. Another thing that Gautam Gambhir did was on the second innings, uh, increment of Dhruv Jurel in the number 4 spot. Do you feel like you feel like it was just a void to fill for Gill, really, so that Pant, Jadeja, then Akshar could play on their own parts, or was it another rotation of batting order for Gautam Gambhir?
Yeah, I feel it was just a replacement for Shubman Gill at that position. I don't think so. It was any major change, but at the end of the day, whenever I try to say something nice or try to say something normal about Gautam Gambhir's opinions, he proves me wrong himself. So it is very hard to analyze Gambhir. So
Yeah.
yes, I cannot say anything right now. I think it for me. I think it was a just common replacement at that point of time.
Yeah, I think valid as well. I think personally, if there's such kind of a problem, you put them in their own position. Maybe they'll be upheld at one point. So let's suppose, for example, Rishabh Pant plays at 4, then Jadeja at 5, etc., and then goes on. But yeah, maybe at this point, maybe Jurel, if you just put him there, and Jurel is a man in form, right? So if you put him in the crosshair and just let him breathe under pressure, which he couldn't, not to his fault. A lot of players did fall due to the pitch, but still, I mean, really, it's fine really to put Jurel at number 4. But now at the end of the match, India couldn't chase 124. And now putting out, we've talked about conditions, we've heavily criticized conditions, we've heavily criticized rules of ICC. But now let's go to the Indian team itself. Tony, tell me what's wrong with the Indian team, and also tell me a bit about Washington Sundar. Do you feel like he's a capable number 3? You feel like he's a capable number 3, as Gautam Gambhir put him out at number 3, and he looks like a new number 3 that India will be putting in for the future?
Look, Washington Sundar is a very curious case, I feel, because Washington Sundar stats at number three. I saw his stats. He had an average of 57, but
Hmm.
and he had 171 runs. But people don't notice that in that stat he had a 151 not out.
Yeah.
So 172 runs and a 151 not out, and the 57 average. So this is all the stats, but excluding the stats, ignoring the stats. He's a very capable batsman. Yes, he faced the most number of balls in this match. He's a very capable batsman, I agree. And he can bat at number three. That is, he can or cannot bat at number three is not much of a question, I feel. First question is why? Why suddenly you bring up bats all rounder? First of all, he since his debut, he has always been used as an all-rounder. He was never used as a pure batsman. So you suddenly put him at number three, from his original batting position is like at 7, 6, 7 or something like that. So he plays at that kind of positions. Like after the batsmen are finished, Jadeja and Sundar, one of them is shuffled above. So that is it. That is the maximum change that is done. And you suddenly bring him up the order at number three and suddenly play him. Look, in a team for the past 10 years, all you see in the Indian test team, Rohit sorry, look at the openers. Look at the openers, first of all. Openers have always opened in that position. Number three has always been Pujara. Number four has always been Kohli. Number five has always been Rahane. Number six has always been Jadeja. And And if required, sometimes the conditions and all, somebody is shuffled above. Number 5 is sent to number 4, or number 6 is sent to number 5. That is the maximum change. A number 7, 8 batsman is not sent to number 3, or number 9 batsman is not sent to open. This is not T20s where you can bring somebody like a Sunil Narine to bat from number 9 to open. This is not T20s. In test matches, you need a simple mindset and a consistent playing 11, and especially you need to assign roles to the players, and those roles needs to be fixed for a long period of time. This is not any joke you are playing with the team and with the nation. So this is absolute mockery of test cricket that Gautam Gambhir has made. And this is not only a mockery of test cricket, this is an absolute insult to all the players. And after you do all these um, after you do all this kind of stuff, and then you blame the players, at the end of the day. Gautam Gambhir stated in the press conference, we exactly asked for this kind of a pitch, and the curator helped us. They were very helpful. Yes, no problem, you asked for this kind of a pitch. At the end of the day, and at the end of the sentence, he added that if you cannot play well, then this is what happens. Now you blame it on to the players. It's the skill issue. It's Washington Sundar's skill issue, that he stayed on the pitch for 170 balls, and yes, he could not score a big inning. So that is Sundar's fault. That is Jurel's fault. That is Rahul's fault. That is their fault. They could not bat. So none of this is your fault, that you change their batting position suddenly. So you say this and you expect backing. Previously, Gautam Gambhir used to say that Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Ashwin, everybody was a problem and they got removed. Okay, nothing controversial, but yes, they took their retirement.
I won't. I will
So
be the. I
they
will be
took their
the police
retirement.
of facts there. Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma and Ashwin retired voluntarily, but there's no proof of Gambhir removing them.
Tired,
But there's
yes,
controversies. So
yes,
let's not go into controversies now. But do continue.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. So they retired voluntarily. It was none of Gambhir's. Yep. Okay, moving to the
Allegedly,
point.
allegedly.
Uh,
I'm not saying it's confirmed. Allegedly, there's no Gambhir's fault. But let's continue with
allegedly,
the discussion.
allegedly, yes. And even when India lost the series, ODI series against Australia, where Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli scored a century and half century in the last match, Gautam had stated milestones that do not help the team win should not be celebrated, since the series went to Australia. So you say all this stuff, and then at the end of the day, you do a mockery of Test cricket. You cannot win against proper nations. You have a record of 9-3 against Sena countries and winning 4 Test matches against Bangladesh and West Indies at home. I don't think so. Any coach in the modern day era, I don't think any coach had this kind of a bad record at home. So Gautam Gambhir, I don't know what you are doing. I think you are doing decent in white ball, but Test cricket, I think you need to go back to the basics, and start from scratch. All the ideas, plans, and all. Also, I would like to end everything about Gautam Gambhir right now. Jay, the main thing why I have previously said in that most famous 30-minute video of criticizing Gambhir, Jay, T20 mindset in Test cricket, in the Test team, we play 3 4 all-rounders in a test team, whereas in test cricket for long period of time we have played with only two all-rounders maximum. We have went to 3 all-rounders sometimes. We have played with Ashwin Jadeja consistently. We have went with 4 proper pacers, or 4 proper bowlers. Not always we went with 4 pacers, but 4 proper bowlers and Ashwin Jadeja and all other batsmen. So we need specialist batsmen and specialist bowlers. People forget that we need batsmen to bat on against top quality bowlers for 5 days, not 5 days, but 3 days, 2 days, like that. And we need to pick up 20 wickets in Test cricket. This is not joke that you play some random all rounders with some batting, some bowling, some batting, some bowling. So yeah, this is where I would like to end about Gautam Gambhir right now. But I really want to say a lot more. Okay.
Exactly, Pranit. I agree with you on the point of Gautam Gambhir that you had. And my point is, Test cricket is not a joke. You can put T20 cricket, you can put ODI cricket to a certain extent to somewhere else. You can put DJs, you can put cheerleaders, etc. You can put dance, hangama, whatever you want to do there. You can change the batting order however you much want in T20 cricket, not Test cricket. Please. Because I I have been tolerating Gambhir. I have not been criticizing about Gambhir for a long period of time because I just wanted to see, I wanted to give him a big sample size to see if he improves or not, because some coaches have the downtime, some coaches have their uptime. But whenever I see Gambhir, it's a steady downfall. Even in the bronze series of India versus England, the magnificent series, one of the series to be remembered for all times, 2-2. You still see that there was a problem. You will see three, four changes happening in every match. We could have won 3-1, 4-1 if we didn't have those kind of changes. So I have this big problem with Gambhir is that if you don't change that, if you don't go back to the basics, and if you don't go back to simple tactics, no difference. Test cricket is a very simple game if you play it simply. If you have that kind of clear mindset you can make test cricket very simple for you. If you start making it complicated, you'll start making more changes every match. You'll start losing matches. You'll always lose matches, and then you'll not go to the WTC final, and then you'll be sacked. Our concern, we do not hate Gautam Gambhir as a person. We don't like what he's executing on the whole test lineup, because the test cricket is supposed to be simple. Five batters, two all-rounders, four bowlers. Right there. 5, 7, 11. That's it. 5, 2, 4. Simple as that. Now, if you want to make three all-rounders with four batters, if you want to make one all-rounder with six batters, that depends on your own quirks in different conditions. But usually that's the set. You can't put four all-rounders in. You can't put seven bowlers in. You can't put eight batsmen in. That disturbs the balance of the whole game. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. It's and India is really losing because of that. If you make uneven conditions at home, if you make uneven 11s for yourself, how are you going to give the best chance against yourself? West Indies again, we've talked about India versus West Indies. India won 2-0. But in the second test, you see that West Indies made a comeback. They couldn't, of course, convert it to a winnable cause because it was way too much for them to cover. But they did cover it. They were supposed to lose by innings defeat. They were trailing by 300 runs, but they still covered it and they scored 400. West Indies today should not score 400 against an attack like Jadeja, Washington, Bumrah, Siraj, right? So there's bigger problem that we have to face here. Indian cricket should not be facing that kind of an issue, really. And the kind of experience, the kind of uh, powerhouse that Indian cricket is, even without Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, let me put them out. Then let's say that they have retired. Even without them, Virat Kohli is Virat Kohli was genius. Test cricket is still something that should be respected. I'm sorry, Virat Kohli is coming to my mind. Test cricket is always something to be respected.
That Kohli should also be respected.
Virat Kohli should also be respected. Don't drop him. My question is don't drop him. But no, but coming to the main point, test cricket is something to be respected. You need to respect the format. You need to respect the game. If you don't respect nature, nature will come back at you. And that's test cricket. When it's pure, if you go and mess around with test cricket thinking that test cricket will evolve, it won't. It didn't work with baseball. England tried to do that by making baseball work. Baseball is not working. It's not like they're winning everything. They're not being able to go to WTC final. And here as well, if you try changing every 11 like it's a T20 match, it won't work. You need to play test cricket like it's orthodox cricket. And you can invent new shots that you can play occasionally, but you can't change the whole basics of test cricket. And that's what we have problem with Gautam Gambhir. What now we are done with Gautam Gambhir. We have ranted a lot about it. But now let's talk about
Agni, I think there is some more to add. I feel because
please do. Let's add
I
more
can never
spice to that.
end with Gambhir.
Let's add more spice to that bowl of spices that we just added.
So yes, definitely. So we all know how previously, before Gautam Gambhir was involved in this coaching stuff, he used to have a go at each and every player, coach, and
Aggressive that
even
way.
Shastri. He loved criticizing. He loved criticizing Shastri. So considering everything, today in the press conference, he said the players in our side are very young. Youngsters are here, so I think we are developing as a team. So youngsters need to be given time, etc., etc. This youngster team, I feel. I think 90 to 95% of the players in this team have an experience of 4 years or
The
more
youngsters
in
did
international
really.
cricket. Four 4 years or more in international cricket, and especially even in Test cricket. I think 90
Let's
to
count them.
95%
Let's
of the
count them.
players.
Really. Tony, let's count them. Yashasvi Jaiswal, 2 years, almost 3 years of Test cricket already, and has an average of over 50. KL has been playing since forever. Washington Sundar has been playing for a long time, 5, 6 years. Gill has been playing for 5, 6 years. Then Pant has been playing for 5, 6 years, 7 years actually. Jadeja has been playing for a long period of time. Akshay Patel has been playing for 4 or 5 years. Who's the youngster here? Who's the youngster you
I don't
start?
know. I don't know. I think bro thinks Jasprit Bumrah is a youngster right now. So I don't know. Nobody
Youngster.
knows.
They have played
I
test
think
cricket.
yeah.
The
And
youngster is
I
you,
don't
Gautam Gambhir.
everybody
My problem is Gautam
youngsters.
Gambhir. You are the youngster here. You don't know how to coach the test team. That's what the problem I have with you. You don't know how to coach a test team. You're the youngster here, and that's what my problem is. You need to learn how to get experience from them. That's the main point.
I if you see all the matches, these youngsters have played under even all the experienced players of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Ashwin. They've played with all of them, and all these problems. Every player becomes a problem. Sometimes pitches become problem. Sometimes youngsters become problem. All these, you've seen all these problems have started occurring ever since Gautam Gambhir became the head coach and started managing the test side. Problems have been occurring since then in the test lineup. And also, regarding this youngsters point, Agni, straightforward right now, which is the most successful test team in current era?
Australia.
Australia. Now, a very interesting fact in the
I
Ashes,
know what
in
you're
the
going to tell.
Ashes,
I know what you're about to tell.
exactly. Australia have a 15 member squad, 15 or 17 member squad, and there is only one player below the age of 30. That is Cameron Green. He is 28 or something. I don't know his exact age. He is 28 or something. And the average age of Australian team is 33 years. 33 compared to an England side which has an average age of 28 years. So if you
PSK
have
if they're
such
playing test cricket.
problem with experience, I mean they do in IPL. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, if Gambhir has so much problem with youngsters, why not have a look at the Australian side? I don't think so. Australia have ever backed. Sorry, not backed. Sorry, Australia ever changed their lineup a lot, like what Gambhir has done. And even the Aussie side that has been dominating in the 2000s, that side also was very consistent with their lineup. So consistent lineups win you series, win you matches, win you important moments in Test cricket. Consistency in lineups is the first and major factor in Test cricket. Gautam Gambhir needs to realize that.
Yeah, and I mean the big problem I have with him again, like I have so many problems with him. Again, a big problem is I have with him is that see the point of a good coach. If you see, point for good coach is that a good coach never blames the players. The good coach blames himself. Like, no, I have created a problem. I have done this.
Excuses.
I
Excuses.
have I have not I have not seen Gautam Gambhir criticize himself. I have not seen that. I'm not saying I'm asking criticism for himself, but I have not seen that on him, and that is a big question point. Question mark again. Is he a really morally good coach? Is he really creating a good atmosphere of the team to play Test cricket? Because when you're playing Test cricket, you need to have a very stable mindset. You're playing over 5 days. If not full 5 days, you're playing a lot of cricket. You're playing against almost 400 overs of cricket. That's a lot of cricket. Are you making that kind of stable mindset? That's a question you can't answer. And again, you need to also take, if you have so much of ego that you cannot take other teams' formula to win matches, you make your own formula. Okay, you make a new team again, and you have match winners in your side. Okay, I'm not saying that our squad doesn't have match winners. All of them have won matches single-handedly for their teams. Every single player, I'm not joking here, every single player have really, really performed and has made clutch moments where they have won a match for the team by themselves. So it's not like that they lack match winners and that there's a problem. There is not a problem here, and there's no youngster problem here. The problem is how you manage them. And that's why we call for, if that problem is not rectified by Gautam Gambhir very soon, get him sacked. Because get him sacked from the red ball team at least, because white ball he's doing decent. I have no complaints against him in white ball. He has won the Champions Trophy because his tactics are white ball. His tactics are white ball. So how he's going to do?
Exactly. Exactly.
How's he going to do
Exactly.
that? He's going to do well, and I believe, and I have no problem with him doing white ball cricket. He's doing good for Indian cricket. T20Is, we have a very good T20I side. We have a very good ODI side already, which has been playing for a long period of time. We have a very settled ODI side. He's not changing that, thankfully. So again, please, if you can't handle that, coach white ball cricket. Leave red ball cricket for someone who has a different or a more orthodox mindset. That's what our point is. So we have,
Leave
of
the
course,
coaching before the coaching leaves you.
yeah, but we have deviated a bit here. But it's very important that we put it forward that we as in cricket don't favor people. We will criticize people if there is criticism for them. And this is after this test match. This is a very big point I have for Gautam Gambhir, and Pranit has for Gautam Gambhir for a long period of time. So Pranit has been from day one. He told me when Gautam Gambhir became head coach that this is not good news for Indian cricket. And I said told him that okay, it's may not he may not be the best coach in the world, but he might be successful in some departments. And to an extent, I was right. Where okay, white ball cricket is doing well, but I didn't expect this kind of a problem to occur on red ball cricket itself. And come on, red ball cricket is actual cricket. I won't consider T20 cricket to be real cricket. I consider ODI cricket to an extent to be a complete package of cricket. I consider Test cricket to be real cricket. So really, if you can't handle that, if you want to play that kind of jump and jump out cricket, please go to T20 and do your stuff there because you're doing good there. Do what you're good at. Don't go where you're not good at. So yeah, to end this video, we are going to, of course, say a bit about the second test match at Guwahati that's going to be played. Pronit, tell us what India and South Africa both need to do better for the next test match.
I think India. I think before we were going to India, let's talk about South Africa.
Yeah.
So South Africa, I think they need to I think calm themselves more and bat with more composure, and their batting needs to be more stable. I feel because their batting lineup is very good, very well managed. I feel, and but they had a lot of reckless shots they played. We were both in the ground when that 6 wickets fell in the last session. Oh, by the way, for the audience, Agni exactly predicted in the last session that 6 wickets will fall, and like everybody was completely disagreeing with him. And his father was there as well, so his father said if 6 wickets fall, then we will get a treat. So we actually got a treat, so
We had
that is
Punjabi
really
food.
good.
I'm so happy. You guys owe me a lot for that. We had Punjabi food at night. And 6 minutes exactly. And
So yeah,
I already also said
exactly.
100 for 7. I already said 100 for 7 South Africa will be. At the end of the day, it didn't happen. But South Africa did end up at 100 for 7 at the start of day 3. I was there at day 3. Phony was not there with me. But at the start of day 3, South Africa were 100 for 7. So if I was a gambler, I would have a lot of money today in my bank. So that's what I want to say.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
yes,
I'm not a gambler.
definitely.
I'm not a gambler. I'm just a fellow cricket lover and criticizer and enjoyer, etc. With Pranit Ghatak right here. So it's nothing, no money in my bank right now. But again, to be very coming back to topic, South Africa need to make their middle order very strong. We have talked about it in the preview as well. South Africa have a very iffy middle order. They have capable batsmen, but they're not converting their starts. They're relying on the lower order batsmen and the top order batsmen to score the bulk of the runs. That can happen in few occasions, as we have seen. Bavuma and Bosch scored. You can't expect them to
Yeah,
do all that.
yeah, exactly.
Middle order needs to be there. They were at 98 for 7. If they got wrapped up in 20 runs, if they got wrapped up in 20 runs, India would have won the test match. India would have won the test match. That's the problem. And of course Bosch and Bavuma played very well, and that's why they won the test match. But what if Bavuma and Bosch didn't last because the wicket is unpredictable? What if they didn't last? South Africa would have lost, even though India played pathetic cricket at the end of the day. So that is the problem that I wanted to what I wanted to say. And for India, what do you want to say? Same 11?
I, I really don't want to talk about India at this point.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
think it's
because
a
whatever we cannot, we can never predict, or Gautam Gambhir. First of all, Gautam Gambhir won't listen to us. Second, we can never predict Gautam Gambhir's decisions. So yes,
uh,
India. I think I think India just needs to
play
play
cricket.
according to Guwahati. Guwahati, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So play cricket.
Guwahati.
How's that for starters? Play cricket.
Yeah,
Play cricket.
exactly. Play cricket. Play test cricket. Play test cricket.
Play test cricket, please. That's what we want to see at the
Yeah,
end of the day.
play a proper lineup first of all. So
Play a
yeah,
proper line. Yeah.
Guwahati to be a sticky wicket. So don't go for don't go for reckless decisions
No,
and
no.
reckless batting. So I
Pranit, what
think
I'll say. What I'll say, Pranit, is that we should go for
yeah,
11 spinners. How about that? 11 spinners.
definitely. I think have the water boys as spinners as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, just have them to bowl. Make grand turners, okay? make a rank turner that'll spin from day one, puff of
Yes.
dust, put 11 spins. I'll come and bowl for him. I'll come and bowl for him and take a wicket. I'm going to say that.
Yeah. I will also. I will also. You are a off spinner. I am a leg spinner. So I think we will have a good
Both
good
ways.
partnership.
But yeah, but to end this video, we will have lots more discussions about this in the future if Gautam Gambhir still remains as a test coach, which will be very interesting to see if BCCI still keep him as a test coach. He has his contract till 2027, but of course, all rights remain with BCCI to sack him based on his performance, and his performance has been downright. So that we have to see what BCCI do. If BCCI still keeps Gambhir, I'll be very shocked, and I'll be making another video as to why BCCI is trash as well. But but stay tuned for that. And I say bid goodbye to Puneet, and we'll be back criticizing more. We're going to back debating more. We're going to back talking about a lot more topics around the cricket world. Stay tuned with us. Stick with us. Till then, bye bye, and we are CNE Cricket. Bye bye, Puneet.